The first thing I wanted to do was to give you an idea of what Bashar even feels like. I know we see a lot of him being channeled online, and we get a feel of it through the screen, but through a medium is where I wanted to take this as far as what he feels like. Okay, so that way in the future, if you guys ever feel like channeling Bashar yourself, you will have a real good strong feeling as to what Bashar feels like. So for anyone that is not aware of who Bashar is, you can Google it and get more info that way. And I'm just going to Bashar's energy. I'm not trans channeling. I'm just doing regular channeling. Okay. I don't tend to like trans channeling too much. It just drains the battery, drains the energy. And there's no point in me completely exiting my body. I'm going to be here too. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. So let's just see what that energy feels like first. We're going to try it on like we're trying on a new hat. So to me, Bashar's energy is moving, like moving. It's not standing still. And I can hear the movement and I can feel the movement too. So when the angels come in, for example, it's very peaceful, very quiet. And when Bashar's coming in, there's movement. I feel like I'm accustomed to, and this is the feeling I'm getting, and Bashar can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm accustomed to being out in space. I'm accustomed to being on a spaceship. I'm accustomed to being off Earth. I'm very well versed in travel. And he just gave me this signal, correct? The other feel I get from Bashar is he's very like straight to the point. And, you know, here on Earth, while you're in this vessel, you're very much tied to who you are, what your name is, how you were brought up. And the feel with Bashar's energy is very much a multi-dimensional being, very much aware of the different facets of life, different vessels incarnating in different vessels in different regions, and extremely intelligent. Okay. And really, if we think about it, where our souls have been off Earth, and so far in my 7 years of doing this professionally, I haven't met anyone that has only incarnated on Earth. I've only met souls that have incarnated elsewhere and then they come to Earth. It's almost like you need some training, or you need some experiences in very intellectual, much more advanced vessels before coming here. But rest assured that where we're heading in the future, we will be moving in that direction too, which is pretty cool if you think about it. He's telling me it's better if I do this with my eyes closed, because I usually do this with my eyes open. And he's saying, greetings, dear ones. And he's saying, this is Bashar. This is I, Bashar. He's taking me off Earth. I'm in space. And he's taking me to like too many locations that my brain can't even handle, to be honest. Thousands upon thousands of different species, planets, locations. And he's telling me that everyone out there, he wants me to do this, out there is aware of the goings on here on Earth. But I get a warm smile with this. They're happy, they're greeting me, and they're happy to have us as a part of everyone connected, everyone together. He just wants us to know that we're not alone here on Earth, and that there are many that are observing and watching us. And if at any time you need or request help, that there are many other species, if you will, that are available to come and assist. Some will stay put, but many are able to come immediately and will come to assist you, including Bashar himself. Bashar is showing me that he's had many different experiences, or we can call them lifetimes, if you will, many different vessels. And at this point right now, Bashar is having multiple experiences at once. That's what you do when you get really good at this being in vessels thing. You can handle being in more than just one at a one. Multi. He keeps using the word multi, so many. When we look at the past and we look at the future and we look at the present from a higher vibrational perspective, they're all taking place at once. The past, the present, and the future. And when you're experienced enough, capable enough, you can handle many different experiences in one go around. What he wants us to know is that there are many ET races that are here surrounding Earth. And he's also talking about the individuals that keep perpetually focusing on the negative ones. Please stop it. You're sending your energy there. He's just reminding you of who you are. And he's giving me a picture of this in my mind, which is a bright light, a being of light and love. So why do you drop your frequency and focus where it's really beneath you? The reptilians and all the other ET races that you feel are breaching up against our free will and our contracts here. He's saying, have you thought that possibly a soul agreed to have this experience with the reptilians or the greys or the mantis beings? There are many things transpiring behind the scene that you are not aware of. So please stop throwing certain celebrities under the bus and speaking poorly of them, thinking that they are somehow impacted or affected by ET species, races. The more you send your attention and your energy to high vibrational things, people, places, experiences, the more you amplify. If you want to continue sending your attention, your light to things beneath you, so be it. Just know that you are impacting, dropping your own frequency needlessly, and likely impacting and affecting those surrounding you and online. And then he's using the word trolls. He's just talking about some of us do this to feel special, but there's nothing special here. Do not focus on things that are beneath you and your light. And he wants to talk about TikTok. From what they can see when viewing TikTok, is it's a great informational platform that is not being controlled at this time, not to the capacity that other platforms, social media platforms, are being controlled. Things shift and change in the future. We may see TikTok shifting and changing in the future, is what he's saying. Not necessarily for the best. Many of you decide to leave verbal diarrhea, as we call it, or much negativity on this platform. And then he's using a hand gesture of, we need to turn this around because we're moving in a direction that is not only dropping your frequency repeatedly, but others. Unless the others are wise enough to not allow your words to impact them for very lengthy period of time, realizing it is you expelling your heaviness onto others. Ultimately, it's not about anyone else but yourself. So decide where you want to go, what you want to do, what type of person you want to be. I'm just wondering if the changes in the future with TikTok, are they going to be more, is TikTok going to fall in line like Meta has and so many other platforms? I get a thumbs up. Okay. What do you see about X with Elon Musk? Do you see that falling into line in the future? Oh, I get a big no on that. No, not nearly to the degree other platforms. And he's showing me Elon Musk like marooned out on an island, but it won't matter. And he's really laughing about this, like a big chuckle. It won't matter if Elon is marooned out on an island by himself. He's just going to keep going. Nothing will stop him but exiting his vessel. He's just telling me that Elon has many strong ET origins, and from these different ET origins is where he is pulling his intelligence from, or picking up on the information needed in order to further his work here on Earth. Say what you will about Elon. How many are, and then he goes, how many here on Earth have accomplished or are doing what Elon is doing? Whether you agree with what he's doing or otherwise, he has accomplished much. Will the mainstream media start working for the light? He's just reminding us that we are the light. It's just that many of us are being swayed by money, greed, power, and until many more awaken here on Earth, it's either we're going to awaken or many will die off, and then others will step into the role or a different role and do things differently on Earth. So he says, if you hold your breath waiting for mainstream media to move in this direction, we'll be waiting for a while, because it's going to take a while. His goal here today is to converse with us individually, to place our focus and our attention in a different direction in order to come from our light and not be dissuaded or focus on the delusion. He's also talking about going down rabbit holes, whether it's true or whether it's not. Does it make you feel good or not? That's all that matters. Because if you keep syncing your own frequency and you're dropping others' frequency as well, repeatedly, he does this. It is in your hands. So it's going to take a while longer. There has to be more individuals awakening, also more people exiting the planet, and he's also talking about more high vibrational souls entering the, he says, the atmosphere and incarnating here. Okay, Connor. So, is it best for Connor to get rid of TikTok? He's saying that anything that you become addicted to that hinders your ability to thrive in life, it's best to step back from. So meaning if we stay up too late at night, we're on it all the time, there's a lot of maybe negativity, you find you're getting shocked or your frequency is dropping a lot of the time, your mood is dropping, you don't feel good, right? Then we should step aside from it. And he says, and these words will fall upon the ears of many that are like, are you kidding me? I'm never getting off TikTok. I love it there. Next step for Sangeeta with her career. I just see you staying on this path until retirement. And then you can do as you wish. And I'm getting the number 65. They're saying 65 is coming, not far off. Wait until then, please. What if she decided she wanted to go off and do something different or move in a different direction? They don't recommend it. There's a large portion of you that needs this stability and this stable income, and it's best to hold steady until this time. I'm hearing your team. They're very lighthearted though. So you're staying put. That's what they would prefer. For those who are willing to face the fear and do it anyways and venture off and try new things and go on journeys and adventures, and typically one would be interested in this at a earlier stage in life. For those that are willing to just step off and go, they would recommend trying something new. But with you, you need stability, you need support, you need the knowingness that that income's coming in. And that solid, grounded stability in you is needed for those with whom you come into contact with. They need that energy from you as well. So it's not only about you, but it's everyone you come into contact with also needs you. I have a video that's going to come out by the end of this month, and I'm talking about the energies that are coming in next year and what we can see occurring from Spirit's perspective. So I'm going to leave that there, Sam, and at the very end of this month, I'm going to pop that video up so you can kind of get a bigger perspective. But as far as ascension, they're talking about you being optimistic and being positive, and you're actually really good at this. And it's in your nature to be this way. So even when you get hammered down in life, it's easier for you to get back up, and you always do get back up. Similar or like me. That's what they're saying. And that in itself will carry you far in this lifetime, dear one. Your team's talking so fast I couldn't keep up with them. Awesome. That's the thing after TikTok. It's not about the amount of time even that you spend on there or how late it's the stuff that you're watching, and some of the stuff is very draining, complaining. All the comments are low vibrational. A lot of them are. I'm not saying all of them. I've seen some positive comments too. But if it's going to drag your frequency down and make you feel awful, then you've got to do something about it. And at the same time, it brings a lot of education. There's stuff I'm learning on TikTok I never would have known. It's amazing. It's amazing informational platform, and it actually is getting out a lot of information about what's, going on around the world that I otherwise wouldn't know. Okay, so Erin would like to know if there's a different career path, and also, that might give more financial freedom. You know what I also like to ask for is not only financial freedom, but time freedom. It can happen. I asked for it. I really sat back and thought about it. It's not just about money. It's about having time freedom. And then all of a sudden I kept seeing PayPal. I kept seeing me working from home. I kept seeing me having different devices in front of me, which I have now. And then I literally was like, wow, it started to happen. And I got that 4 months before it all started happening. And I was actually going to give up being on social media. I didn't want to be on any of the platforms. And my angels were like, no, you hold steady, because that's what's going to, help bring in awareness and people. And of course, then abundance. And that's what happened. So the first thing I get is like a pullback in my body. A tight pullback, and I'm getting it through the top of my head, and your team's on my right, and I'm getting a kind of a tight pullback there. All right, so let's see where we're going with this. They're just saying do what needs to be done and nothing more. And they're also talking about you getting support. you're going to get more support outside of the family as well. So remember that if anyone offers you anything or gives you anything, just say thank you, okay? Because the Spirit has lined this up and set it up for you. What is this tight pullback? It's us indicating that the bare minimum needs to be done outside of the home. What is necessary and needed at this time is, they're talking about motherhood, and being supported by others in your life. And this could be husband, or you're single, but it could be friends, family, the system giving you money. Anything else? Oh, I really get a very strong feel from them. They keep hitting me with this, that you're going to get support from outside the household. They're saying just wait. They're saying just wait a little bit longer. They're working on it. I feel like your team is very serious, okay? They're very serious, and they want you to know that they're seriously looking after you and the family, and they're supporting you, and they're working on something here, and they're going to be bringing it in soon. So there's the way that they're saying it is, as long as we have money for the roof over the head, the food, okay, and the bare basics right now, that's what matters most. We're not looking to achieve extravagance right now. We're living beyond our means. So as long as you have the bare bone basics covered right now, they consider this to be a good thing. And then just hang tight and wait, because they're working on something and they're going to be bringing it in soon. And it's extra support. But it's a little green book, and it's called the Abundance Book, okay? And it's like $1 on Kindle. And you work from that every single day for 40 days. And what does it do? It changes the mind from more of a worrisome mindset about money to more of an abundant mindset. And you literally, when you do that repeatedly, you're just bringing it in. You're reeling it in. And that's what happened. I didn't even believe this book would work. I was like, this is like, whatever. Everybody else is doing it. I'll try it. Next thing you know, I'm living with no bills, no nothing for like 13 months. So although money wasn't placed in my hand, it sure freed up a lot of money. Holy cow. It was amazing. Yeah, get that book. I'm telling you. If you don't like the word God in it, just switch it out for like universal oneness or source. That's what I did. Source, the energy, you, me, we're... Okay? They want you to hear this again. As long as we have the clothes on our back, a roof over our head, food in the fridge, good. We're not looking at adding to savings or putting money away for retirement. None of that. We're not doing none of we're doing the absolute bare minimum in life right now. You know, my team has always said to me, you don't need to get a retirement savings plan together. You don't need to save for retirement. You don't need to do this. You don't need to save money, put it aside. They've always said this to me, and I thought, really? Because in society, that is programmed into us to do this. So why would my team tell me this? And then I said to myself, they must have something coming into play that's going to secure me in the years ahead. And now it's about to come into play by the end of 2025. So we'll see how this all plays out. But what they're telling me is that there's already something in play. The money will come in. And if you have enough money come in, you can just live off the interest or, reinvest it if you want. But once you have, a set amount of money, obviously in the millions, then you're sitting pretty. Like you're going to sit pretty. And then you can build from there if you want. You can build and you can keep working if you want to or not. But what I'm getting here is, and I don't usually give like financial advice like this, except for when they're hammering me with it. Like anything as far as like investing in retirement or savings, like they're just sweeping that aside. If you have anything in savings or investment in retirement or anything like that, they're just talking about you using it to support yourself right now, or any money that you have set aside, just use it now. And what's coming in the future is security, stability, and being taken care of. Okay, so there's something they have planned for you. It might be you meet another person and they can financially take care of everything. Now, would I give this advice to anybody else? No, I'm giving you this advice because they're telling me repeatedly. That's the only reason why. Anything else? Yeah, like they're saying it's the same as me. Like you don't need to invest into the 401 or any of that because you're going to be taken care of through the years ahead. And they're saying, mark our words. And what that means is, what does that mean when you say that? It's just for extra assurance. They're smiling and they're saying, that we're just saying it for extra assurance to let you know that we mean what we say. Too funny. Oof, Amy. Man, you go and you have a child with someone and you think, oh, everybody's going to act like adults. But no, it doesn't work like that. I suppose if we all acted accordingly, we wouldn't need judges or lawyers, would we? Uphill battle. That's the first thing with your son. It's an uphill battle. Uphill slog. Bashar, here on my right, is reminding you and everyone here that he is available to step in and assist with any issues or problems that we're having in our lives. And it's not just him, but there are other ET energies that are aware of what's transpiring on Earth. And mentally, when you talk with them mentally or out loud, they will hear your request, or you can write it down. Okay, and this is one of these things where it's quite an uphill slog. So there's some things that we really need to call on for extra backup and help, because we can't, well, we try with addiction or problems with people or like all sorts of different things. And when it becomes too overwhelming, it's really important to call for extra backup. One thing the angels will always say to me, in the spiritual community, everybody says you ask all the time. You just ask all the time. And even Lorna Byrne will say this from Angels in My Hair book. Ask them every day, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. Would you want to be pestered every day, all the time? Would you want someone in your face asking you all the time? I don't think so. So what I gathered from my team right away is you just have to ask us once. And I'm like, okay, they hear you the first time. And then they start working on things. If there's something you want to add to that, though, add away. If you want something else or help with something else, okay? Yes, and trust. Oh, isn't that a beautiful thing? Because then you are at ease. It's in their hands now. It's in Jesus' hands now. You're going to do everything you can. But when you get a nudging to do something or say something or apply, fill out an application for something, or they'll steer you in the moment to do something, then you're adding to what they're already working on. Sometimes you have to take some actual action. Yeah, it really is. But Bashar is really ready to come to bat for you and bringing back up with him. I started awakening at the age of 28. By 30, things were really kicking off. I started to channel spirit for the first time at 31. I thought, okay, I actually had a very relaxed mind. I had no fear really, lack thinking about money. And then I would have my thoughts move in a direction with a sentence, and I was like, what? The first person or energy, I should say, to communicate with me was God or Source. And then it was Archangel Michael. I was like, okay. And that's the beginning of my awakening. It was really cool. But I was giving angel card readings to whoever wanted from the age of 28 to 30 and then onwards. And then by the time I was 41, the angels came to me and said, let's go. Let's go. And I was like, what? So off I went. I got on the horse, made sure the saddle was on tight and the reins were tight. All right, Deborah, where is your new relationship going? It seems so sacred. How awesome. Let's feel it. Oh, this is good. Very good. I see a lot of gold energy with this. That's a good sign. It's gold and it feels really comforting. You know how you feel when you sit in front of a campfire and you're just looking at the flames and you're so relaxed and your body feels great? Good. Good for you. Don't think about how long it will last or where it's going. It's not necessary. Oh, you're a little heady. Your team's telling me this. We might overthink things or overanalyze things or pick things apart where we have to know everything. I get Arcturian, some Arcturian energy with you. So I think one of your Starseed origins is Arcturian, but I don't think that's the only one you've had. Well, obviously you've been to Earth, Arcturus, and you have more on top of that. But that precedes to us being a little bit more in the head when we've had those types of incarnations. We bring that energy with us. And not all relationships are meant to last an entire lifetime. They're just not meant to. Some of us will cling to it and make it last even though we're not meant to. You're not one of those people. What they want you to do is to just focus on the moment and enjoy it, irregardless of how long it lasts for. There is much that takes place off planet, elsewhere, energetically, and otherwise. So know that your life here on Earth is but temporary. It is meant to be enjoyed. It is meant to be changed or moved in a different direction as you see fit, as you wish, in order to bring you more joy, more happiness, more stability, more support. It must first come from you. And when you are guided to move in a certain direction or take action steps, please follow our lead. This one did many years ago, and we are happy that she listened and decided to take action steps and participate and move in this direction. Not only for her own personal growth, but to help guide and assist each of you. Thank you. This is Bashar.